Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NWA Power. We are just 2 episodes away from NWA Not Dead Yet, but we have plenty to get through before we get to that show. We will see what happens between Chris Brooks and Punishment Martinez, whether or not they'll go through their last man standing match at Not Dead Yet. We will also see how Lexi Cabrera will react to the news that Masha Slamovich and Yuka Sakazaki will be facing off in a steel cage match with the opportunity to face Lexi Cabrera at a later date. We also still have the American Dream Gauntlet going on throughout these next 2 episodes of NWA Power. So there's a lot to get through before we get to Not Dead Yet, right here on NWA Power. So the show kicks off with a pre-show match. Again, decent wrestling, didn't have much heat, but this gets a 62 rating as Natalia Markova defeats Makoto with a Samoa drop in just under 7 minutes. This match is on the pre-show because, again, not really sure how well it was going to do, but the main reason it was on there is because we have recently changed product. Again, Billy Corgan changed the product without a consultation from us, and we are now a Crash TV promotion, which means we do have to have an eye candy match on every single show, which again I'm not very happy with, but we have to do it, and this was our eye candy match for this event. Again, gets a 62, so it is quite good. We may end up seeing Natalia Markova quite a lot in these matches. But then we open up with Lexi Cabrera. She has met with Masha Slamovich backstage. Masha says that after she's done destroying Yuka Sakazaki at Not Dead Yet, she's coming straight for Lexi Cabrera and her NWA World Women's Championship. So we'll have to see who does in fact win the steel cage match between Yuka Sakazaki and Masha Slamovich at Not Dead Yet, and who's going to get the shot at Lexi Cabrera. We'll then have quite a strong 54 rated tag team match, as the NWA World Tag Team Champions in Wildcard, that being Alec Price and Starboy Charlie, do defeat Dan Barry and Zonic. Again, this was a non-title match, was just over 6 minutes long, but it was a good match here. Alec Price getting a 75 rating, so again, continuing to improve. Starboy Charlie getting a 59, Zonic a 47, and Dan Barry a 35, so a strong opening match here. We then go backstage once again to Oliver Carter. He's given an interview when Dozer walks up into the shop. Dozer says that he's got a great amount of respect for Oliver Carter and he considers him a good friend. But that won't stop him from beating him next week as they go one-on-one in the American Dream Gauntlet. So we do have the next match for Dozer and Oliver Carter in the American Dream Gauntlet as they'll face off next week. We then see Chris Brooks walking backstage. But in the background, you can see Manic with his Austin Idol Memorial Trophy. Again, this does grant him a title shot at any championship he chooses, but he does have to give his shot a week in advance. So he has to tell the champion a week in advance when he is going to cash in his opportunity. We'll then go on to a match for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship as Southern Comfort manages to defeat Breeze in 7.5 minutes after a distraction from Jack Cartwheel. Again, Southern Comfort did win a 10-man battle royal to earn this opportunity, and he has actually won the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship by beating Breeze here in a huge upset. So we do have a new NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion in Southern Comfort. After this, we see the NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions, Emi Sakura and Kylie Page. They're backstage, and they say that next week they will be holding an open challenge, and they'll put their titles on the line to any team from anywhere in the world that wants a fight. So it will be Emi Sakura and Kylie Page taking on any team from around the world with the NWA World Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. After this, in a different part of backstage, we see Mike Mondo screaming and punching the walls, just wrecking everything, throwing chairs, throwing bins, throwing anything he can. When asked what's on his mind, he screams that he wants Weber Hatfield again, but this time he wants a no-holds-barred match so Weber cannot escape. They did face each other last week on NWA Power, but Mike Mondo was disqualified after not answering the referee's 5 count after he was beating Weber Hatfield in the corner. Weber then comes from out of nowhere and straight attacks Mike Mondo. Again, we do need security to break the two of them up as they are forced away from each other, but it does seem like both men are on a collision course for one another. We'll then go to a different part of backstage as Keith Lee is there. He says that he doesn't care about the numbers game. He wants to face all 3 members of Bully Ray's hit squad, that being Marsh Rockette, Bojack and Oddinson at NWA Not Dead Yet. He says he'll do it on his own if he has to, but if he needs to get back up, then he will. He's going to take all 3 men down. He wants all 3 of them at Not Dead Yet. We'll then go to another match in the NWA American Dream Gauntlet as Ortiz suffers his first loss at the hands of Bishop Dyer. Again, a huge win for the former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion here as he manages to pick up another win in the tournament by inflicting Ortiz his first loss. Ortiz had been on a roll, but he has now lost to Bishop Dyer. We'll then have Stephanie McMahon in the ring after Dyer has cleared out. She has Mark Henry with her. She says that she's been making more new hirings for the NWA and wants to introduce her new Chief of Staff. Suddenly fire shoots out the stage and Corporate Kane comes strolling down to the ring in a full suit. He says that he's going to make sure nobody in the NWA steps out of line, and this includes Mark Henry. So Stephanie McMahon has been hiring her staff, obviously being Preston Vance being the head of security, her assistant and the new co-GM being Corey Graves. We now have her new chief of staff being Kane, of all people. But we then go to our main event of the evening as Chris Brooks manages to defeat a debuting Marcus Mathers in about 13.5 minutes. Again, it was a really good 77 rated match here. Chris Brooks getting an 80 rating, Marcus Mathers getting a 51. So really strong ratings here from these two in an excellent 77 rated match to finish the matches for this show. But the show is not quite over yet. Corey Graves comes out to the ring to talk to Chris Brooks. Graves says that he's the co-GM around here, so he makes the matches, not Chris Brooks. There will not be a last man standing match for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship at Not Dead Yet. And in fact, Chris Brooks is lucky to still be the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, as Corey Graves can strip him at any moment if he wants to. And if Chris Brooks keeps making matches, then he will just do that. Instead, Graves has made a different match for NWA Not Dead Yet. He says that both Brooks and Martinez are going to need to find partners because they'll be facing off against each other in a no DQ tornado tag team match in the main event of NWA Not Dead Yet. So this show does get a rating of 69, which again increases our popularity in 38 regions. Hopefully we can start to put up our broadcast quality and production values quite soon if we continue to make as much money as we should be. But now I'll see you in the second and final taping of these NWA Power tapings. So this second taping of NWA Power kicks off once again with another 62 rated match, as the team of Natalia Markova and May Saruga defeat Ashley Dubois and Carissa Rivera in just over 7 minutes when Markova pins Dubois with a Samoan drop. Again, surprisingly good match for the pre-show. Again, this is our eye candy match. Really good performances from these 4 women. Markova getting a 63, Saruga a 56, Dubois a 60, and Rivera a 52. So these matches might actually start making their way up to the main show if these ratings continue. The main show starts with a 56 rated match as Dozer picks up another win in the American Dream Gauntlet and is the only person to remain undefeated as he defeats Oliver Carter in about 9 minutes and 16 seconds. Again, he continues to tear through the contenders in the NWA American Dream Gauntlet and is the only man left undefeated. After this, we go backstage to see Ortiz. He says last week was just a minor setback, but he's still very confident that he'll be the one to win the American Dream Gauntlet. We'll then go again to a different part of backstage as we see Max the Impaler. But then Kane approaches them. He says he likes their work and is a keen admirer of Max. He can't wait to see what Max can do with the rest in the American Dream Gauntlet, and he'll be keeping a close eye on them as he likes what he sees. We'll then go to our second match of this second NWA Power taping as Emi Sakura and Kylie Paige make their 5th defense of the NWA World Women's Tag Team Championships by defeating Makoto and Yoshiko. Again, in about 7 minutes when Kylie Paige rolls up Makoto. Makoto did unfortunately sustain a bruised kidney. Kylie Paige was the weak link, getting a 31 compared to Sakura's 56, Yoshiko's 47 and Makoto's 49. This was Yoshiko's official debut here in the NWA. She is the first person in the Save to sign an official, exclusive NWA written contract being paid monthly. She is the first official written exclusive signing. So she has made a big debut here, getting a 47, but being unable to capture the NWA World Women's Tag Team Championships. We'll then go backstage to see Silas Mason. He's alone for the first time in a long time. He says that whilst the Southern Six rid the NWA of the Disciples of Sin, what cost did it take on them? He's alone for the first time in a very long time and has nobody to back him up. He's looking for brothers and he needs to find some soon. After this, we go backstage once again to see Tyler Breeze, and he's with Robbie E. Breeze is demanding a rematch against Southern Comfort. He says that last week was a fluke. The match should have been restarted. The ref should be fired. Preston Vance comes in and he says he see what he can do for Breeze and for Robbie E. He likes those two. He likes Gucci. And he's going to see what he can do at NWA Not Dead Yet. After this, we go into Corey Graves' office, where he brings Mike Mondo and Weber Hatfield with him, and he of course has Kane in there as he is the Chief of Staff. Graves says that he understands the rivalry between both Mondo and Hatfield, but their actions last week were completely unacceptable. He can't have people brawling around the backstage area. That may have flew under Mark Henry's regime, but not his. He says that he's granted them their no-holds-barred match at NWA Not Dead Yet, but for the remainder of this show, he is sending them home so they can't cause any more damage. We'll then go to a decent 54 rated match as Keith Lee draws with Odinson as they brawl to a double countout. Again, this is a continuation of Keith Lee trying to destroy Bully Ray's hit squad. He will need to find two partners for NWA Not Dead Yet as he'll face them in a 6-man tag team match. He was trying to soften up Odinson. He doesn't get the win here as they both draw during a double countout, but a decent 54 rated brawl. After this, we go backstage to Stephanie McMahon. She's in the women's locker room. She's telling people like Lexi Cabrera, Yuka Sakazaki, Masha Slamovich and Kenzie Page that it's their time to step up and grab that ever-elusive brass ring. If she doesn't, if the women don't, she'll be bringing women in that can make more money than these women will ever earn. So the threat has been put out there. These women, according to Stephanie McMahon, need to step up or she's going to sign some new ones that are going to make her all the money in the world. But then, in our main event, in a 65 rated match, Chris Brooks and Wildcard defeat Taka Michinoku, Marcus Mathers and Bestia in just over 11 minutes when Brooks pins Bestia. Again, it was a really good match here. Chris Brooks getting an 81, Alec Price getting a 74, again Charlie a 58, Mathers a 59, Michinoku a 55 and Bestia a 54, and Bestia even being off his game. It is a really good 65 rated match and a really good main event for this second and final taping. But again, the show is not over yet. Punishment Martinez storms down to the ring and immediately chokeslams Chris Brooks after Wildcard and everyone else has already left. He says that he's already found his partner for NWA Not Dead Yet, and he's going to reveal them at Not Dead Yet. And if Brooks is going to need to find a machine to beat both of them at NWA Not Dead Yet, because no human could ever defeat who Punishment Martinez has picked. So again, Brooks is going to need a machine to beat these two. So this show does get a rating of 63. Again, it increased our popularity in 38 regions. It is quite a bit worse than the last one, which got a 69. But now we'll see how much money we may have lost on these and where those popularity gains are. So we'll have a look at the injury to Makoto to see how long it takes help for. It's 25 days, so she might not be there for Not Dead Yet. Again, she should be able to work through this if necessary. If we have a look at our financial report, we did lose $18,000, but then that is completely fine. Workers were quite high. Broadcast revenue sticks around $9,500, and ticket sales are quite high as well, so it's all good. We'll have a look at our popularity. Again, we've grown in quite a bit of Canada and a few regions elsewhere, but we've not managed to grow up any points in America or most of the world. But it is still a good amount of growth. But for now, this is where I will leave this episode. Again, we do have NWA Not Dead Yet coming up, but we'll see Chris Brooks and a mystery partner take on Punishment Martinez, and his mystery partner will figure out who they are going to be bringing in to NWA at Not Dead Yet. We'll also see Masha Slamovich take on Yuka Sakazaki in a steel cage match, with the winner getting an opportunity at the NWA World Women's Champion Lexi Cabrera at a later date. We will also see the continuation of the American Dream Gauntlet once again, as more matches are scheduled for Not Dead Yet. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified when other uploads have become available. If there's any wrestlers you want to see, make sure to leave them in the comments below. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at NWA Not Dead Yet.